What's up, everybody? Welcome to TechBoiz, your new tech podcast service. I am your host, Tanner Storch, and my co-host is here with me, Peyton Thornburg.
Hello.
This is new. We're just gonna go over game news, tech news, and since my friend Peyton over here is kind of into the business stuff, we'll have some news about stocks, and that will be tech related and business insights on everything. It'll be really cool. So, recently I've been playing Minecraft. It's been a really trending game right now, honestly. Right. Is there any specific game you've been playing, Peyton?
About the same. Yeah. That's kind of the only game I play on really right now, because of that I don't really play too much.
Alright.
Yeah. There's that.
Minecraft's getting this uptrend right now, and that's pretty exciting. So, we have 3 items on the news report. First up is from GameSpot by Jeremy Winslow. Cyberpunk 2077 install size might be massive, is what their headline is. So, basically, the European PlayStation Store says that the install size of Cyberpunk 2077, which is coming out later in 2020, I believe, is 80 gigabytes. But
damn.
Reddit user Fo3 allegedly confirmed that in the Cyberpunk Discord that CD Projekt Red isn't, quote, done with the game, and that the install size, quote, can be more or less at the end. So, if you don't know, Peyton, CD Projekt Red is the team that made Witcher 3, if you've ever played that.
I've heard of them, yeah. And
it's Cyberpunk 2077 is a new RPG game that's set in the future, and obviously in the year 2077, where bio and cyber implements on a human body is like become an addiction, and you always want to upgrade yourself. So there's gang fights about getting the newest upgrades and everything like that. Is kind of a anarchy type of world.
Sounds pretty crazy, yeah.
But would you think that the 80 gigabytes is a little too big for a game, or do you think it even could get bigger?
I don't know. Personally, that's quite a bit for a game, to be honest. It just depends. Obviously, it's like every game's its own little thing, but if it needs 80 gigabytes, then it needs it. But I don't know. It's quite a lot for a single game, just for me to wrap my head around. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the biggest gamer, so it's like it seems a little much to me. But obviously, I don't know too much.
Yeah, personally, I think Red Dead was around high 90s of gigabytes, Jesus. And that's a huge game. On my PS4, I had to delete 2 games from Call of Duty, and I think I deleted New Horizon or Horizon Zero Dawn. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just to get Red Dead Redemption on there, and I'm guessing that Cyberpunk will probably increase in size as they get more textures in there and high resolution textures. But this game will be amazing, I'm sure. I think CD Projekt Red can definitely pull this off. And our next news article is also from GameSpot. It's written by Steve Watts. It says that the Xbox Game Pass is getting more indies soon. And personally, I have the PC Xbox Game Pass, which is $1 a month right now, I still believe, for the first month, and $5 while it's still in beta. So it's a really good deal.
Is that like a GameFly kind of deal?
Yes, it's a subscription service where you get to play
GameFly still a thing? Is that still a thing?
I have no idea. We could check that, honestly.
I remember they used to, just where we're at right now, they used to advertise all the time for that. Yes. And then they kind of dropped off the map. So I'm not entirely sure if there's still a thing.
The auto search came in. Oh yeah, they're still going. American online video game rental service.
Alright.
I don't know if they do any mail stuff like they used to, but
yeah. Well, because I would imagine it's hard with all these, especially obviously the Xbox and the PS4 coming out with their
subscription services, Google Stadia, all that stuff.
Speaking of subscription services, just kind of a market note, everything is moving towards subscription services. Like, I mean, have you noticed that? Like, originally it just used to be like Netflix,
yes.
and then now even like. I mean, then it switched to, you know, all these, like, music things. Apple Music came out with their subscription service. So it's just kind of crazy how that's kind of the direction we're moving. Even,
like, after Netflix, these TV service providers are moving the subscription service. Like, we'll talk about more later on about NBC and their subscription service and all that. But so far, in this article, Steve Watts says that the Xbox Game Pass indies for Xbox One and PC are My Time at Portia, Bad North, Go NNOR, The Banner Saga 3, Yoku's Island Express, and Worms WMD. And then
Yoku's Island Express.
Yeah. And then Xbox Game Pass indies for PC only. There's Undertale, Time Spinner, Unavowed, Machinarium, and For the King.
I've seen Undertale, and I like Undertale. I haven't ever played it, but it looks pretty fun.
I'm personally excited for Undertale. I'm also probably going to play Worms, just because that was an old school game that I really liked. Other games in here that I haven't really seen and, like, checked out, but I'm sure they're really good, and, like, that just adds a whole bunch more value to the subscription service for Xbox.
Yeah.
And along with that, they plan to add more and more games this year as they go on, as they said in their E3 conference.
When is the E3 conference?
It already happened.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that happened a few weeks ago.
As you can tell, I'm up with the times right now.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna list the games coming out that came out this week, and just so you guys know, and if you want to pick up any of them, some of these are actually really good. I personally like some of these. First off is F1 2019. It's a racing game. Came out for PC, PS4, Xbox One. Super Mario Maker 2 came out for Nintendo Switch, which I've seen some videos on those. Those are pretty cool. I personally don't really have the creative intent to build some huge levels that are... I get blown away by the first game that they came out with, but...
I don't know, though, because I'm a Mario man.
Yeah,
Dude,
I really want to play it, because I know, remember they had a mode where you'd have 100 lives, and you have to get through a certain amount of levels, and each level would get harder and harder, but they were community-made levels.
Oh,
so
God.
You remember, some of them would be dreadfully hard.
Yeah, have you ever done, like, Geometry Dash, user-made levels? Like, the game turns into a different game when you allow users to make levels, because, oh my God, that used to be, for me, for all you people who did Geometry Dash, you know the frustration, man. Like, even just the regular, like, as you would say, campaign ones, I guess. Those ones would just... I would get so mad on those, and then they got into the whole user-made stuff, and that was just... I mean, impossible. Yeah, it was cool, but it was like, it was infuriating, too, because it seemed, basically impossible.
Yeah, I couldn't really finish any of those. I had one level down to the T, and that was about it. All the other ones were either finished by pure luck or... something other than that.
Some prayer answered.
Next game, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered. Get it remastered. Came out on Nintendo Switch. Final Fantasy XIV online for Mac, PC, and PS4. Will: A Wonderful World came out for PS4. Stranger Things 3 came out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, iOS, and Android. Yes, Stranger Things 3. It's like a Minecraft story mode, I believe. Do you remember what Minecraft story mode is?
Yeah,
Batman,
I remember that.
Like the Telltale games.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be like that.
Oh.
Which I haven't gotten really into the Stranger Things, but I'm sure people will enjoy it.
I'm sure there's a fan base out there somewhere. Yeah. So.
And the last game is Wonder Blade, iOS and Android. I think also this week, it might have been late last week, the new Harry Potter iOS game came out, where it was like a Pokemon Go Harry Potter.
Oh, I've seen. Okay, so I've been recently getting a lot of ads for that, so I've seen that around, and I'm kind of. I mean, it's kind of cool because I've never been a Pokemon fan. I mean, I have read the books and watched the movies of Harry Potter, so I mean, and like, I enjoy Harry Potter. I mean, I don't know how good this game is gonna be, but I mean, I'm kind of excited to check it out at least.
So. Yeah, I'd be interested to check it out too. On to the tech news. So, right now, we have 4 items on the tech news report. First off is from Lords of Gaming by, I'm going to butcher this name, Marcin Zekiel.
So for all you, if you think you can pronounce it, Dzieciol. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm not even gonna try it. So
this was
you guys do what you want with that.
But this article is about PlayStation 5 benchmarks that were just leaked this week. And it's actually pretty impressive. So at Xbox's E3, we saw that their new Project Scarlet, which will have SSDs and will have RTX.
Time for a second. Like what the name change, man? I don't know what it is.
It's not their final name, it's their project name.
Why? Like, it's just weird to me because they're like, it's like they're acting like they're the military here with trying to make some secret. It's like, I mean, like, let's be real, folks. It's a gaming console. Like, yeah, gaming consoles are lit. Don't get me wrong. I ain't hating on a gaming console, but like, Project Scarlet, man, y'all make it sound like it's some secret plane they're making, and
I think it's a secret military plan to wipe out.
It's a bomb.
That would not be.
Next E3 is going to be lit.
But in the Xbox E3, they were talking about their processor with AMD, and PlayStation 5 also has their processor with their AMD, and they also are looking at RTX graphics, which are pretty exciting, but also at the same time look pretty expensive. But this benchmark shows that the graphical performance of a PS5 will have near a GTX 1080 Ti or an RTX 2070. And to put that in perspective, right now, a GTX 1080 Ti would cost you around... it's not loading.
It's buffering.
It's buffering. Would cost you around $1,000.
Jesus.
On Amazon.com if you get a GTX 1080 Ti. So with that in mind, I'm guessing the console price will probably be around $500 when it comes out. That's my hopeful price because
I don't know. That's a lot of stuff going into that.
I think PlayStation 4 came out with a $500 price tag, $500 to $400, and if they keep the same price, it'll be very nice, and it'll convince a lot of people to buy that console because it has so much more.
Bang for the buck.
Yeah, because the SSD will improve everything by so drastically just with load times. Because they came out with a new development beta thing with their new PS5 where it uses the SSD to load in what your character is going to do next by your kind of movements. It's almost an AI where if your character's making your way to this building in an RPG, let's say like Fallout 76, if you're going to this building, it'll load in that building while you're walking to it, so you can just open the door and you're in a whole new place.
That's crazy.
Which would be really cool, other than having those crazy... is getting their streaming rights back for The Office that has been on Netflix for quite a long time.
So for all you people who haven't watched it, just watch it. Just do yourself, and like, believe me, I was a skeptic until someone told me to watch it, and now it's like probably my favorite series that I've seen. So, like, even if you think, oh, it's overrated, it's too hyped up, man, you gotta watch it first. Especially now that it might be going off of Netflix, if all you have is Netflix, and you're like me, you can't afford anything else.
Yeah.
Then you might want to get getting on that, because it's worth it. I like it. I'm a little sad it's gonna be leaving, but
this is a downside of the subscription services.
Right, everybody claiming their own stuff.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to be paying twice as much as you originally were for the same show, and then like you're gonna have other shows where you want to watch, pay more money per month for that, and it'll just skyrocket. Which, I mean, it's good that the original content creators will get their own content and their own IP and everything.
Right, as it should, but it just makes it more frustrating.
It makes it more frustrating for the consumers.
Because, like, you'll like see a certain show and you're like, oh, I want to watch that. Well, too bad you gotta have Hulu for that. Like, that's kind of annoying, and it's like, And then, obviously, big news, Disney, this came out a while ago, but Disney is making their own streaming stuff.
Yep.
So, and I know, for all you fans of Star Wars, I know that's all going to be on there. Yeah, yep. So, taking all that off, there's Hulu, there's Netflix. Roku's been pretty good for, like, general streaming services. They've been pretty good, but like I said, it all depends on, like, where everything goes. And I'm hoping somebody comes along somewhere and has a streaming platform that, like, gets most of the content from other places and puts it all into one. And I realize that's a hard legal fight, but also at the same time,
yeah, I agree.
Like, that would just be so much easier. Even if it was, like, a little bit inflated on the price, that'd be so much easier for the consumer rather than, saying you have a Netflix subscription, a Hulu subscription, and
Amazon
Prime, and your Disney. It's like, it's getting crazy, especially since, all these other shows are from different people, and so it's just trying to be able to watch all that just seems like a pain in the future if you want.
I agree. But don't worry, you have a whole 2 years-ish to get the
Watch The Office now.
all the seasons of The Office in your system, because no more Office on Netflix in January of 2021. Next up is from MarketWatch. Peyton would probably be better at explaining this, but this is written by Emily Berry.
Did we ever figure out where the fans came from? Because I was like looking and I couldn't find it. I'm not sure. I just noticed AMD and Nvidia took a little jump today, a couple percentage points. Because a new fan came out. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing too big. I mean, and I am, like, I do invest by myself, and I just kind of looked up and saw this because I was thinking about, like, tech news and whatnot, so for all you people who probably know stuff, new fan came out, looks like Intel might be taking a future hit. That's what some people are projecting, with Intel, because they're kind of falling behind their competitors with AMD. We'll see, though. Just kind of a waiting game and see how this goes. AMD recently has been doing all right, I would say. Just for, like, personal stocks, I've noticed Roku's been taking a little bit of a dip lately. And that's one of my biggest, I would say, I don't know, equity. Yeah, that's the word. I have the biggest equity in Roku right now on my account. But yeah, they took some heat today, past week, I guess. Just because some maybe threats from Amazon and the China trade deal kind of, that's been a thing. In the future, if you do listen to this podcast, I will have more organized notes for stocks right now. Kind of just jumped into this one, so. Yeah, I mean, new fan came out. AMD and Nvidia did all right. Intel, not so much.
Oh, yeah, Intel's suffering a lot right now.
Yeah, I think aftermarket, Intel went up a little bit. I mean, they're not too bad right now, but I mean, it's just that future outlook on kind of seeing where they're headed with that. So, I mean, that's kind of all we got for this story. Like I said, in the future, I'll have more preparedness. I don't know the word for that. But
yeah,
like, I'll be more prepared for these, and I'll get you some more stock news for maybe my business listeners out there, or my just investor listeners out there, wherever you may be. And last story for the day. Can you take this one away?
So this is by the way, I'll look into the fan, right? I'll let it load and look into it as we're discussing this last topic. But this is from PC Gamer, from Paul Lilly. Thermaltake made a new CPU cooling fan called the UX100 ARGB. It is a compact... what? Argba. An RGB cooler that is designed for compact cases. It actually looks pretty cool. It's more of a slim design, so it's not that tall.
Can you pull up a picture?
I can pull up a picture right now. If mouse will work.
For all you listeners out there, we'll pull up a picture for you so you can see.
I can get the dimensions on that too here in a second, but right now the cooling rating for it is only around 65 watts, which is not very impressive. You're not going to be able to cool a 9900K with it, but for a compact PC that you're running like maybe a new 3000 series processor that has a TDP of 65 watts is very nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yes, it has a kind of slim design, so it has a fan on top, and it kind of slims down towards the CPU at the bottom. For all you listeners,
like a cone.
Yes, it's like
like a cone.
And here's the dimensions right now. It's 120 by 120 by 120 by 120 by 25 millimeters as length, width, and height. And it's just under an inch high, so it's really small. It's really tiny. Well, it's not small, but it's really short. And that'll be nice to fit in those really small cases. So if you have a discrete, case, compact mini ITX case, you can put that cooler in there, have plenty of room, and be able to put maybe a small mini graphics card in there as well. And it'll be kind of this carry around PC, if you will, and it'll be small enough but powerful enough to game on it, which would be really, really cool. So actually with the NVIDIA one, I haven't found that much, but I think it's most of the fan that's picked up is probably a new fan that they're going to use in their new graphics cards, which will increase the TDP of capable TDP that they have. So maybe water cooling in the graphics card in the future may not be needed.
Which would be crazy nice.
Yes, but also there are the people out there that prefer not having any fan sound. But again, on the
that or snaking a whole bunch of tubing.
Yes.
It's kind of a trade-off, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if you rather would have a small amount of GPU whine other than some white noise of fans, then it wouldn't. Then I guess it'd be your choice and what you would want and what you prefer.
And I guess cost also plays into this. What are they looking at for that?
The fan?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I closed the tab, honestly.
Rip.
But I'm guessing if it's cheaper and it's more efficient, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't really have a problem with fans. Usually, if I'm not getting the Founders Edition, I usually find a GPU that a manufacturer has good enough fans for it and is able to keep it cooled and nice, which is why I have the Zotac 1080 MIDI, is because it keeps everything cool and it's small and it doesn't overheat. It hasn't overheated on me, hasn't gotten real hot or anything, so it's nice to keep it that way. Anyway, this has been the first episode of TechBoiz.
So we're just kind of starting this. Right now, obviously, it's kind of a conglomerate mess, but we're just kind of figuring it out right now. So if you guys do have any suggestions, you can always put them in the comments or whatnot.
Yep.
Any suggestions or any news you want to be covered too, you guys can send us an article. We can look into it more. Give us, or we can give you our opinions on it and whatnot. So, give us a little bit of a break, I guess, because we're kind of just trying to figure this out. But if you like it, then that's good. Let us know.
If you guys notice anything wrong that we said in this podcast today,
yes, please
correct us in the comments below, and we will get it straightened out in the next week's podcast. And also next week we'll talk about all the news and all the games that have came out that week, which next week should be pretty interesting. I think there's quite a few games that are come out that look pretty cool to me. So anyway,
I'm not gonna be excited until they bring Club Penguin back, but that's just me.
I think they do have a Club Penguin, a different version.
It's
like a newer one.
Really?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's dead because they like the old one better. But
if you know, put it in the comments.
Yes, that would be much appreciated. Maybe
so
Peyton
Tanner
could go
can
play.
get back on that Club
No,
Penguin.
Peyton could play some Club Penguin over this week.
Yeah, Minecraft and Club Penguin. That's all I'm here for. All right.
This has been TechBoiz.
TechBoiz so far.
Tech news
and
podcast.
Names might change.
Yes.
We not quite.
We just went with what we first thought of.
Like I said, this is kind of a it's kind of a clusterfuck right now, but we'll see.
Well, that's been your news for the week.
Our news for the week.
We'll see you guys.
See you guys in the next episode. If you choose to listen. All right, have a good day, y'all.